Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to the Seat for probably one of the last videos I'll do on this car, and it's 5 things I love about my Seat Ibiza. So I've had this Seat for just over 2.5 years now, and I have to say, for a first car, it's been absolutely fantastic. Seat is an interesting, weird brand. If you don't know about Seat because you're from the US or you're just outside of Europe and the UK in general, then Seat is basically Volkswagen with a different badge on it. So the Seat Ibiza is a Volkswagen Polo with different badges, different bits, and it's basically the same. Really hard to explain, and if you're in the US, you'll probably go, but it's just Volkswagen, right? And yeah, you'd be right there, you'd be right. One thing I love about my Seat Ibiza, and to give it its full name, this is the Seat Ibiza DAB Special Edition. And DAB Special Edition, just because it came with the DAB radio. Okay, there's only a limited amount of these cars made, and they came with a 100 horsepower motor, which is a 1.4 litre petrol, and a DAB radio, some alloys, and that was about it. That's why it's called the DAB Special Edition. This car is really cheap, and that's the first thing I love about it. You can get these cars for like £1,000 or £2,000 now, second hand, which I think for a car like this is a bargain, especially the 100 horsepower ones, the Sport Rider, the DAB Special Edition. That's a lot of car for like £1 or £2 grand. Cheap to insure. Like my first year was 1,400 quid as a 17-year-old driver. To fill this car up, it is 30 quid for like 350 miles worth of fuel. And the one downside is the tax is quite expensive. So if you don't mind putting up with the tax, this is a cheap car to run. So if you pay monthly tax anyway, then it kind of evens itself out. Yeah, bits are pretty cheap for this car as well. Like servicing is kind of in the middle. If you go with Seat, then it's all fixed price stuff, even though it is slightly more expensive because it's VAG group stuff. So you know what you're paying. It's good quality stuff, and Volkswagen know what they're doing. So as a first car, I'd say this is a fantastic choice, especially if you haven't got a chunky wallet to throw around and play with. It's literally just paid for fuel and tax and insurance, and that's it. Second thing I love about this car is, for the age and the car of its type, I think it looks great. Compared to the Clios and Fiestas of its age, and Corsas especially of its age, I think this car looks fantastic. It's got quite a sort of muscly front bonnet. The back end's quite nice. It's got sort of decent alloys on it, and I don't know, I really like it, I really like it. The interior is a little bit dated, but that's what you get for an 11-year-old car, so I'm not too worried about that. And if you're worried about that sort of thing, then maybe it's not for you, but cars of this price and this age don't generally have the best interiors anyway. So one thing that's great about this car as well is, even though there's not much torque low down, when you want to rev this car out, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Like, it seems like the red line is almost endless on this thing. I think it's around 7k. You can keep going, and the power starts to really build from there. So the engine's hilarious. That 100 horsepower is needed. I think any less power, if it's one of the 70 horsepower ones, or I think you could go lower, like the Polo of this type, you can get like a 60 horse version. Don't get that. Lets you have a little bit of fun without breaking the speed limit. You know, you can kind of use all of it constantly, and you hear a lot about this from car journalists, right? They say, oh, you can use all the power all the time, and that's what this is. This car is the epitome of that. You can use every single ounce of it when you're driving. It's not like, you know, you get a high-end sports car and you just touch the throttle and immediately you're in prison. You tack on the fact that this does 45 to 50 miles per gallon if you have a light right foot as well, and will sort of average top end of 39-40 if you have a heavy one. I think that's pretty good, especially for an older petrol as well. They do tend to drink fuel, so 39 to 45, even 50 miles per gallon for a car that's reasonably nippy, I don't think it's too bad at all, especially if you move up a bracket to, like, you look at the new Fiesta STs, you look at any car with a turbo 2 litres, they're going to do 30 and under, so I don't think this is too bad for a car that has some go to it. One thing that surprised me about the Seat Ibiza as well is it's actually surprisingly spacious inside. The boot is massive, I can fit myself in it. I can fit 5 people in here, I mean full-size people at a push. The back, there's like, it's one of those like weird, you know, middle seats that's like child size, but you still manage to fit like 3 fully grown teenagers in the back. Like, I've managed that. Another thing I love about this car is that the suspension and the handling is really, really good. The suspension is compliant but firm. If you're a grandma, it might be a little bit too harsh for you, but if you like your driving, if you like your kind of sportier rides, inverted commas, you will enjoy it. It's stiff in a good way, so when you turn into corners, you're confident with it. Like, you turn it in and it grips up, it tells you where the steering wheel is, it tells you where the wheels are, and you know what's happening with it. As we go over these train tracks, you'll hear how stiff it is. Hang on. Overall, over the 2 years I've owned this Seat Ibiza, I've been really, really happy with it. If you want to go see the things I don't like about it, then go and check out this video here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have an amazing Christmas and a happy new year as well, and thank you so much for the awesome support on the channel. We've hit 4,000 subscribers just the other day, 500,000 channel views as well, so thank you so much for that. That's been absolutely insane. I'm so looking forward to 2017 because I've got some awesome stuff in the pipeline when it comes to new car stuff. I'm going down to Autosport in January, so if I see any of you there, then say hi. It's actually really exciting. There's going to be potential for motorsport, going down to car shows, getting involved with all of my old friends from Twitch and YouTube, and combining it all up into one glorious kind of mix. So thank you so much for supporting and being with me on this journey. It's 2017, and thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Write in the comments as well, because this whole YouTube algorithm makes me look bigger if you comment. So leave it down in the comments what you would like to see next on the channel. And again, thank you for watching. Drive safe, and I'll see you soon. Peace.